What's going on, guys? Yeah, let's talk about SOS. I'm in it. I opened some puts this morning, up about 30%, give or take. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good, pretty good. Buying more AMC. I do like it. I want to talk about a few things regarding AMC. I'm considering exiting my SOS position to dump more into AMC. Now, as AMC is doing something I do like. If we can hold back, one, we're holding the monthly open, which I like, right? I like that we're doing that. The 15 minute, there's still a lot of time left. I want to see us hold this like 8.91 range. Holding 8.9 would still be really important. Overall, I like what's going on. I like what it's doing. I'm changing the scale of the stream too if you're new. So just so you know, I'm trying to make it more interactive, more stuff. SOS is very trash. I am short on it. I have puts. So I do expect it to keep coming. It's near first profit zone, the $7, but I get it coming down to $6 to be honest. I'm up pretty good in it. The only thing I'm considering is getting out because GameStop looks so good right now. I think we're gonna get a push pretty soon on AMC and GameStop just based on what's going on with them. I think it's definitely scaled. And hey, if the mic's too loud, let me know also. What I think SOS is trash. You can go watch my last video. You can go look at this information based on them. I just think they're terrible. I think it's a trash company. I think it's fraudulent. I think the evidence is stacked against them. They say they're going to vigilantly, defend their company, and they don't really defend anything, So that's what's really important there, and I love them. So I hope that was a good enough reason. But I always tell people, do your own due diligence. I'm just giving you guys my opinion and kind of giving you guys like what I'm at, where I'm at with certain positions and stuff like that. So I love it. I think SOS has a lot more room to go down. But I really like AMC at this point. I love AMC. So I'm considering exiting out and buying about $400 more of AMC, like the dog and degenerate that I am. Let's go over really quick and look how much these bad boys are. Let me open back to my E-Trade. We can look to get out of these. One sec. Oh, wait, you can see my stuff. Oh, yikes. I don't care. Close. I definitely think it has more room to go down. I'm just looking to personally close because I unfortunately want more. Made about 450, 50, give or take. I'm just gonna market out of these. I'm not too concerned. I'm just marketing out because I'm looking to get more AMC at this point. And I think AMC's at a good point now. I'm not telling you to buy or do whatever you want. Like, you know what I mean? Like, totally, like, don't do whatever you want. I'm just looking to get to more, for the boys. This is pretty much my AMC account that I have. It was up to like 1,400 yesterday, but this dip and the theta's killing. So like this right here, this movement sideways is gonna kill like your short-term options, just so you know. Just that really low, slow movement. I still love the $11 ones though. They're like 37 cents. I'll let you guys look. I don't really mind if you guys see this. So this is just my AMC account. Right, it was about 1,500 yesterday. We got that 940 push, but what's happening is with this slow sideways movement, the value of them is definitely going down. And I have some higher ones at like 14, 16 as well. So those are the ones that are really hurting right now. Also, so we have about 340 to spin. Feel pretty decent about that. So we're gonna market. Let's look at what is it at. We'll come right back. One sec. I really do like it. I think I'm gonna put all of it back in. I mean, I love it where it's at, to be honest. Let's look at some calls. Market. 4 divided by 340. Blah, 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 about probably like 8.5. How can we get 9? Man, it's right under. That sucks. You can only get 8. One sec. GameStop looks the best. GameStop looks like the gym. My boy, what's going on? I'm just looking at some more. I love the way we're moving. Love the way. I love the way we're moving. Like now, this looks a little concerning. AMC, looks concerning. If it holds it back above 8.91, I'm in love with the position. GameStop looks really, really strong. Very, very, like, it held that support right there. It looks very strong, very good. SOS, I just cashed out of my position. I shorted around 7.7 and I exited about, you know, right here. I think there's more room to go down, but I'm just exiting because I want to get into AMC or add more at this little level. I'm expecting a decent move today or tomorrow, to be honest. That's my thought process here. So it's a dangerous game. Time to panic. Time to buy more. It's just clickbait, baby. It's just clickbait. You know how I roll. You know how we go here. But I'm liking this a lot. The volume is not terrible either today. It slowed down a lot in the last hour though. Looks like a lot of the, you can see the volume is definitely going to GME though. Like, it's getting a lot better movement. But I mean, AMC is gonna follow GME in my opinion. Missing out. Just take a chill pill. Take a chill pill, girl. So yeah, you know what? Screw it for the boys. Let's refresh and see how much this is. Okay, we got a little bit cheaper. Oh, we can get it. Okay, we'll get 9. I don't care. Screw it. It's just money, right? Okay. We bought those. So we moved our average entry on AMC at the $11. We have 19 $11 strikes for Friday. Quite a bit. Just when in doubt, average out, baby. GameStop making a little push. That looks good. So I do want to talk about other stuff besides just AMC. I kind of want to just talk about the stock market in general, how we're moving, stuff like that. But hey, can someone hit? I'm just curious. Can someone hit the sub button? I want to see if it worked. I put it in some animations and stuff. I'm just trying to see if it worked. If no one's a sub, like unsub and resub. For the boys. SOS is trash. I'm telling you it is. It's gonna dump further. I'm gonna be kind of pissed if AMC stays sideways and SOS dumps, because I would have made like 3x if we dumped that low. But I think it's gonna happen for sure. Like, I feel very confident about SOS dumping. I don't know, they seem to be moving together today. I like them. I like AMC. Just me personally, do whatever you want though, you know what I mean? I bought INEV. I've been talking about INEV. It's a long-term pickup, so I'm not looking to sell this anytime soon. It's up like 70% over the past 2 days. Potential double top, I don't really care though, to be honest. Like, as we look at, like, you know, indexes, you know, indexes are down, but INEV's performing. You know what I mean? Like, it continues to perform. Like, that's all you can ask for. So keep performing, keep doing your thing on it. GameStop dipped. Well, may have been able to get better AMC entries. That's terrible, but we'll see. And hey, tell me if you hit that sub button. Tell me. I'm curious. I'm really curious. Oh, I can't. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I was making sure. Okay. You don't have to click the sub button. Do whatever you want. Thoughts on the March 19th quadruple witching, whatever the hell. Definitely could do its thing on that day. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of stuff set up for March 19th. And I don't think this is going to be like something slow and just done. I mean, immediately done. But I would definitely play your cards careful. Especially for people like with soon expirations, you got to be careful there. You know what I mean? I do like what's going on. I do like the movement. I do like the price action. So that's worth noting. I like what's going on. If we can get this hold above 891, I'm feeling very, 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 very good. Very good. So it didn't work. Let me see. Let me see. It's weird. That is strange. I don't know why it's not working. Maybe I'm like retarded. It's holding 8.9. Yeah, it is. So I knew I hit the sub. It worked. It's weird. So yeah, I don't know. I'll check it out. I'll make sure. I'll keep retesting some stuff later. I don't want to spend too much time on that right now. SOS holding below $7. I mean, this wick is beautiful. More downside most likely coming very, very soon. AMC holding that range. I mean, we still got a few minutes left on the candle, like 2 minutes, give or take. It's gonna be important. GME's the impressive one right now. Like GME's really, really impressive. So both of them are looking good. So there's no problem there. Indexes, anyone trading stuff, man, like I got my XPED position. It's still hurting me a little bit. I mean, the earnings from NEO yesterday it wasn't bad news. So I don't want people to think that it was bad news that was announced on NEO, because it wasn't. Like, they announced that they're going to be moving into the EU and hopefully America after the EU. That's like their goal. I don't think that America should be their focus. That's me personally. I think that America is going to be a very difficult market to touch. That's going to be a very difficult market to get into, right? Maybe. So the problem though with NEO is it's similar to like to Tesla, like to when they had Tesla Day or Battery Day, whatever it was. Like, they announced such good long-term news, right? And then the stock went down from like 350 to like 420 to like 340, give or take. So it was a big drop. It was like 20% drop, right? And then like it slowly started scaling back up because like the long-term news, you have to look at like what their long-term viewpoints and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's the important part, is like, especially like coming like NEO. It's like long term, I'm not concerned. It's frustrating, don't get me wrong, that what they said was good news. Like, and their earnings, the problem with their earnings too is they kind of they give like such, you know, crazy targets on these earnings that eventually, yeah, they were gonna miss. I'm surprised the revenue beat still slightly, but they're not giving themselves, like most companies set earnings to where it's like we anticipate will beat, right? So NEO's breaking deliveries and stuff, but they're still EPS like is struggling right there, right? So that just shows that they kind of marked it up. I suspect they'll go easier on their next earnings, but overall, I mean, I still feel good. I love the company NEO. Like, so I'm trying to get comfortable, guys. My leg is literally dying. It's like, feels terrible. Oh my god. I can't get comfortable. It sucks. Oh my god, I can't get comfortable. It sucks so bad. My back. Might have to stand up for a sec. But overall, like AMC is doing it's holding, yeah, getting that trend. I feel good. The day I feel like this is similar to is the day we had right here. I think this was Wednesday last week, right? Yeah, it was Wednesday. Was that Wednesday? I believe so. Yep, that was Wednesday. So Wednesday last week, we got that little dip, you know, and then we started we double bottom when we streamed during this time as well, and then we get a target that push, that gradual push, and then boom, parabolic at the end of the day. It looks somewhat like that. I'm not saying that's the price action that we're gonna get, but you know, that day we had that same, you know, the day before we had that good movement up, slight push, and then down, and then back up. So it looks decent. I really like what's happening. I love the action going. If you have anything you want me to look at, any stocks like that, I don't mind looking at them right now. Kind of a chill stream right now. I was messing with the setup, so I just want to make sure like everything was working, which it seems like it is for the most part. Yeah. Buy AMC dip. The reason AMC hasn't squeezed yet is because there's still low options volume. If AMC picks up volume, that will launch the stonk. I think this guy's a point, guys. I don't know. Can you comment on the uncovered AMC short shares? Glass. I don't want to go too deep into some of this stuff, like the gamma and the short and stuff like that, because I covered it and people keep asking the same questions over and over. You know what I mean? Take some earnings, go get a massage. I need to go to the chiropractor later. The chiropractor I go to like does a massage, alignment, and some other stuff, but I think alignments are kind of whack. But I might go do that later. It's actually really cheap here in Friendswood. It's like $35 for an alignment, massage, then leg reps. Dude, I'm all hype, no game. What are you talking about? I'm buying the stocks. What are you talking about? How am I all hype, no game? So wait, what is it? What was your question? Uncovered short shares. So yeah, so I think people are focusing on some of the wrong things, personally. But the stream last night that Trey had with Uncle Bruce was really educational for people. That was like, if you're gonna go watch a stream, where I'm gonna recommend you guys watch a video. I loved that video with Trey last night with Uncle. That was one of the best. That was one of the best YouTube videos I watched on AMC. I'm not gonna lie, it was like one of the best because Uncle Bruce does a really good job at like answering the questions Trey mentions and the key points, right? So that's like kind of what you want to see. Like I think with like when you do like a dual stream or something, like you want to see someone. Trey kind of plays like the interview part, and he kind of like answers some of the questions that Trey had for himself too. Like because I think Trey wasn't confident on some of the things, but Uncle Bruce kind of like reiterated a lot of those points. So if you go watch that, like it's a longer stream, but it's really detailed and everything there, and it kind of shows you the real upside on AMC. What I say not to panic. I like what's happening. I like this double bot. I'm telling you, it looks very similar to Wednesday of last week. Double bottom, pushing back up. GameStop looks very, very strong. Kind of a leading in. GameStop, I think we're gonna push to 147, 140 very, very soon. Looks very strong personally. I just bought some more call options on AMC around 890. Total call options at $11 are 19. I have like 7 other ones for 8. Yeah, so like I just want people like, so I understand the questions, but I don't want to like skip over some major parts. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be that guy that misses out or like doesn't go over everything. So I recommend that you go watch that video because I have an opinion on that type of stuff, but I don't. I think it does a really good job explaining all your viewpoints stuff you want to know. Another thing worth mentioning is look how long this interest has remained up here, guys. Look at that, 8.6% fee. I'm waiting for it to rise. It's not rising, but the last, I mean, guys, this is insane how long. See, typically we start topping off, and then we come back down because the stock starts dropping, so less people are buying the shorts because they're not at the top, right? And then we start coming back down. But this is not happening. We're trending up. First of all, we skipped like we skipped from 6 and 7 straight to 8.6. Insane, massive jump, and then boom, like this absolutely insane. What's going on here? Like crazy amounts. But I think the short squeeze is less about the options, more about shares short need to start covering very soon. And I think they'll start covering personally for me. Like when I'm looking at it, where I think they'll start covering is when we start pushing this $10, $5, $11 range. I don't know. Personally, I would be covering my shorts now, so I'm curious our thought process on that. But the shorts are heavy. So I think if we start breaking out of this range and breaking up, they're gonna have to. And if you look at this like pattern, like honestly going on, and I hate drawing patterns, guys. I'm not a huge fan of the pennant. I need to change the color. Let me change the color. I haven't. That just shows how much I never use these lines. Right. So. And bear with me, I don't like, I'm not going to give you exact lines or anything like that, right? Just the bull pennant that we are getting looks so strong. It looks so like we're going to get a breakout. I personally think it looks really good. GameStop's getting a little bit of a dip down. It's a little concerning. But you see AMC trying to hold that $9 range. The volume is low as well. The volume is low. I believe a lot of the volume that was kicking in yesterday in particular was a lot of short volume, personally. That's what I think is happening. And I think it's kind of evident that was short volume because of short shares that were, there was only like 1,000 left, and then they stacked them back up, right? And people just kept adding more and more and more. So, and it's funny that like this percent isn't going down, but it's remaining at 600,000. So that shows people are buying. They just have more coming in. So that shows the interest, and also that we're holding at this $9 range. You know what I mean? And we're holding here for a while. We're holding the monthly open, holding the 8-9 range now. Like we're trending up, looking pretty good. Made 200 off SOS. Congrats, man. I just made about I only put about 400 on it, or 350. So then I made like 100 or something, and then I have like a few that's unsettled, some positions. But so I feel good about it. After hours, INV released our deal info with Google. INV gonna rip. Oh really? Wow. Yeah, INV's a play, guys. That's a play. I love those guys. Like if you know me though, like it's a long term for me. I don't think you can do options on them or anything like that. These data analytics company, and like it's funny that Google's interested in them because they're kind of Google's like they'd be one of Google's competition. So it's smart for like a Google or Facebook or some type of one of them to bring them in house, because then you have less competition, and it's making your system better because they have that patented technology. So that's really good. The stimulus comes before the squeeze. Is that good for the? Yeah, it is good. Bracelet SO was trash like 2 days ago and it went at 50%. Okay, so let's talk about that. So when I made the video about SOS being trash, let's talk about where it was. Let's be real. I made the video on the weekend, so we were closed. So we were about, let's say we were right here, right? So even if I said SOS is trash and you were like, okay, I'm gonna sell my stocks based on what Tyler said, even though Tyler's not a financial advisor, he's not giving advice, he's just telling you his opinion on what's going on and giving you some of the news. The top price you could have got in at, or shorted, if you want to say shorted or whatever you want to say, is right here at like 625, right? And then we started bouncing up. And if you watch the video, I did say if Bitcoin moves up, SOS is going to move up as well, and it's going to give you positions for a short. So if you really listen to the video, and when I start talking about the chart, you have to use your ears to listen, right? Because that's what we use. Like, we have to use our ears and we have to listen. So, right, that's what we're talking about. I said it was probably going to get a bump up. And then let's look at EHang. So I think we can all agree EHang looks absolutely terrible fundamentally as a company. Looks terrible. So EHang dumped from $100, right, all the way down to 41 in the after hours, and then it popped back up to 75. Now, is EHang a good company? No, it's not. It's you see what I mean? It's a bad company. I think we can all agree that this is a fraudulent company as well, EHang. But it instantly bumped back up, tested the support, and guess what? Now it's coming back down, and now it's even trying to break lower below that level. But does that mean it's a good company that it bumped up? No, it doesn't. I mean, things are gonna bounce no matter what. You know what I mean? Unless they just come out and say they're going bankrupt, then it's probably just gonna go straight to the ground. But even bad stocks bounce. You know what I mean? So that logic is flawed. But if SOS is really a good company, and let's theoretically say that this everything coming against them is like fake news, and this company's like the most legit mining company there is, even though there's no evidence of any of that. Let's say that they are the most legit company. Okay. So, and let's say that what their defense for themselves was actually a defense, and they didn't just say, we're going to defend ourselves vigorously. And then a week goes by and they haven't made a comment on the whole, incident, right? So let's say, right, okay, theoretically. But let's say it's a good company. If I own the company, which SOS owns like 3% of the company, I believe. So that should tell you something about their CEO, that he just loves the company so much. So they own about 3%. Would you not be buying back your company at $4 if the valuation is really this, let's say at the valuation, let's be fair value, $9. Would you not be buying back your company? I'm just saying, if you have confidence. So let's say, let's use a great example of a great company I love and they're dumping. Neo bought back 3.7% of their company for $850 million at $53, even though they were dumping, because they saw the value of their company. Do you spot the difference? Because honestly, leadership and insider buying, and not like, not illegal insider buying, but literal insider buying of CEOs, of buying back the company, that should give you the biggest outlook on how they believe about their company. And the CEOs and stuff you should want them to believe in their company. So I think the logic here is bad, personally. But if you can give me good news about SOS, that they're good or this or that, then yes. Then I would love to be wrong. I will constantly say that and stand by that decision of mine. If you give me some reason, then I will admit, I'm like, hey, look, I'm wrong. Dude, they're looking solid actually. GameStop getting a little push down. I read about 2 weeks ago that before this even started, the spike, there were no location, no numbers. It's a funny website, so I sold my shares, still in profit. SOS is a short-term play. I mean, you can make money off a bad plays. You know what I mean? I mean, I made money on SOS. I made a video when it was about $7. And I said, this probably goes to $10 pretty soon. Now, I didn't know it was going to go to $10 the next day. That's insane. But, like, what I mean? You can make money on bad plays. Getting a little dip here. This part, man, if it holds below the monthly level, this 885 range, I think AMC has a dip in its hands. We'll see though. I'm trying to diamond hand it. VIX up, Nasdaq down today. Yeah, Nasdaq is down. Kind of wild movement. Honestly, everything kind of going on with AMC is pretty, in the market in general, it's really wild, the movement that we're getting. Really, really, really wild. makes me look. I don't care what my titles make me look. How they make me look, to be honest. I care what I say. If I say something that makes me look bad, then then I should be concerned. And I should reevaluate it. Nouveau Monde. NMGRF, so that's for Americans. Looks like it might get another leg down, but I like these guys. I mean, again, they're in my long-term. If you're sitting in my long-term portfolio, I'm not like looking to sell you on dips. You know what I mean? So the fee, the count for all. No, it's not for all their shares. No. So when you get an interest, I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong. I mean, I'm open. I could maybe there's a possibility I'm wrong. But this is for new shorts. If you're getting into shorts, if you're trying to borrow right now, like if you got an interest rate on your house and it's like 30, or it's like 3%, whatever it is, and then like they raised rates like 4%, you would still be at your locked-in rate because that's the contract you signed. You know what I mean? So if you open a new contract for shorts right now, this is what you'd be paying. You know what I mean? If you say no to SOS because you're technical fundamentals or both, you got me thinking about selling my position. Dude, my freaking leg hurts. Ow. I sold my puts already on SOS. But I think it has more room to go down. I want that to be clear. Like, I only sold my SOS positions because I want more. I want some AMC. I just move money around. Any questions on stocks? Post them in the chat. I'll try to go over them. You still waiting to buy CCIV? Okay, I'll talk about CCIV in a sec. Once I gotta post those in the members. Okay, so CCIV. This is an interesting pickup. This is interesting, especially with the way the market's moving. This is like the main thing we have to talk about here. Buy more or not? I personally bought some AMC at like 8.9. Again, like on this dip that we had. And my logic behind buying it is not based on this pennant at all. I just drew that for some visuals. We were holding this line right here, which I think is a major support we need to hold. And GameStop is looking strong. GameStop looks really strong. Holding VWAP it looks like it has strength, but we'll have to wait and see. But CCIV. So this is more fundamentals when you're looking at CCIV. I think you're risking it if you're buying right now. I think for me, when I'm looking at CCIV, I want to create the least amount of risk as possible on this play. So when I'm looking, maybe we double bottom. I don't know. It's hard to say. So one, we have indexes down. So indexes down is gonna hurt CCIV. You're gonna need the market behind it. Two, they delayed their deliveries. That really hurts it. And then three, it hasn't been inked yet. Like the Lucid deal isn't pen and paper done. It's kind of just word. So that's the worrisome part here. But like, I would say there's about a 95% chance the deal is done already. You know what I mean? Like I think there's a small possibility it's not done. You know, I would have to say there's a small possibility, but long term, like I would be very comfortable having Lucid in my portfolio. I haven't pulled the trigger yet. If we come back down to this range, I'll probably grab some. But like, do your own. Like, I really recommend. Like, when you're looking at this company, like the reason why I like it is because I've read so much on them and like their tech and their product that they already have. You know what I mean? That like, all they need is like that delivery date to really. I think once they start delivering, it's gonna go through the roof. Personally, that's just my opinion. But like I said, like, read what you want about it, and I want you guys to read about it so you guys can come. And if you have some doubts about it, I would love to discuss it here in the channel. You know what I mean? So please, like, if you have any questions, do post them because I do want to talk about it. But looking, I haven't entered yet. No. Okay. Hey, okay, stream. Looks hard. Looks hard. I don't know what that means. I hope it looks good. No problem, Vanessa. Sundial is the dark horse. I've been talking about Sundial. I've been talking about it. Like, And there's a few things that we needed to watch on Sundial. I mentioned long term, I liked it in this position. This 120, 125, that was like that bottom zone for me. We did get a drop to like 115 for like a day when the Nasdaq was just ripping. But as I said, like as the Nasdaq starts perking up, I think we're going to see slow, gradual growth from Sundial and potentially start seeing like, you know, a volatile wake up. When we see those volatile wake ups, that's when I would like start selling some of my position off. And then just like looking back in for more dips. Do I think it's short squeeze or anything like that? I don't. I'd have to look at short interest coming in, but I think a lot of shorts covered and got out of their positions after all this happened. So I do like it. I think there's a lot of upside based on other companies in the sector. They actually have decent financials. Now they're not profitable or anything like that, but there's no debt, so that's good. What's going on, JD? So long term, I'm liking it. Short term, I don't think it's flying. Sean got me into investing and trading. It's basically my degree plan, but now I'm gonna get a degree I'm never gonna use. That's neat. AMC's not holding that range, man. Yes, good thing I got an SOS. I could start bouncing a little. I might look for more. I don't know. It might not break. It probably doesn't break above this range. Like 32. Might get a little wick. I like it still. Yeah. How's the volume looking? Let's look. Volume's not bad for GameStop. I mean, we're almost halfway through the day though. We need volume to kick up more. It's still slow. AMC's really slow. At the beginning of the day, AMC was looking really good. I loved the volume at open, how we were just trending going sideways. I liked the volume a lot, but now like the volume's like dead. It's like brutal. So we definitely want to see something happen. It's definitely interesting. Yeah, so low volume isn't always a bad thing, you know what I mean? Low volume isn't always bad. Is it true that they're only 11 mil? That doesn't matter to me, the whole shares thing. I don't think that really matters. We can go to Fintel and look. I cannot believe that fee is still that high. It's insane. Man, my freaking leg's killing me. Short volume ratio did go down. People are buying more shares too, so some shorts may be covering. Did I miss Nouveau Monde? What do you mean? Did you miss it? Have I talked about it? It's a long-term position, guys. Like long-term, I love the people. I love the guys. Nouveau. I think there's too much to talk about with them. High tide did get a little dip today, but I mean it's just the indexes, you know, hurting. Oh. Bitcoin's rising. How's Bitcoin rising today? Bitcoin is not rising today. Nasdaq's hurting. How's Bitcoin's falling? Nasdaq. God, man, my freaking leg. I might grab some coffee here in a sec. Let me run and grab some coffee. I need to stretch my leg too. My leg is like, dude, my leg's on fire. You guys don't understand. Give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. Like 5, not even 5 minutes. Sorry guys, we're back. Dude, I feel like an old man. Am I going into crypto? No. Someone was asking about. I mean, dude, it's holding nice. Like this, like I said, the sideways movement isn't always bad. You know, like this isn't bad. We're holding that line so well. I have these homemade Rice Krispies. They're delicious. I don't want you guys to hear me chew. This is an ASMR. Yeah, Bailey. A lot of people are saying they have until Wednesday to cover. I don't know the exact date. I don't know the exact date. I don't think people are panicking. I have a lot of people DMing me though, so maybe they are. Daddy, chill. But I mean, I don't know. I feel dude, man, why is my every time I lean back on my ass, oh my god, my back. Holy crap. I'm like eating Tylenol too right now. It's anytime I lean my back, but holy crap. Yeah, just hodl. Hodl. Neo keeps dropping. I might have to sell my kidney to load my boat. So let's talk about Neo. I think I talked about it earlier. To get earnings report. We'll come right back. If they have it here, this is the best place. This is my favorite place to look at it. I want to look at VST really quick. This is if you guys don't know. WD-40, that squeeze door. I need this is my freaking chair too, man. Okay, so VST. This is, if you don't know, this is TXU Energy here in Texas, and they're dumping based on earnings. Man, I really like this play. It's at a double bottom too down here. I love them. This is one play I'm really considering looking at a lot after AMZN, as you guys know. But let's go to earnings really quick on Neo. I want to look at a few things. Okay, wait. So this is their. So this is a really good way to look at a lot of earnings reports. And I recommend, like, if you're like trying to like learn like about stocks and stuff, like, and like if you you hit that card. I know I do. Lube your crap. Lube my crap for me. So, if you see a stock that you like, so like Neo, for instance, everyone's like talking about Neo. Like I love Neo. So what you should do is you should go read the earnings, right? Read the earnings. This is the EPS and revenue. This is what most people look at, right? And then they kind of like, okay, I'm done. That's it. That's all I want to look at. This is where it gets interesting. So you can read the financials, how they're up, stuff like that's really important. This part's really important, so you don't know. So this went down, which is not. This went up, that's not good. Most of these numbers did poorer than last. So this is why they killed last earnings right here. This middle number, but what you really want to look is their outlook. Very, very, very important. And so their deliveries also. This is kind of what hurt them already. Their deliveries for February compared to January, they went down, but I mean the whole market crashed. So it's like, come on, use some sense. Where's the? They start talking about. Maybe they don't mention it here. Let's see. Okay, here. So this is the CEO's comments based on earnings. And this is one of the most important parts when you get to earnings. Is like reading what they're saying about the future of the company. It might not have been in their earnings, but I know he talked about moving over. One sec. Okay, so here. Supported by competitive product offerings, outstanding services, innovative business models, we have won increasing recognition from our users and expect to deliver 20 to 20,000.5 vehicles in the first quarter of 21, which is going to be really huge for them. So it shows also their February vehicle numbers that they're killing, literally up 352 and then 689% year over year. It's wild, absolute wild. So, one sec. I want to see the part about. I want to see where they look to expand. Dang it, where's the expansion? They mentioned Europe and America. No, I think they should stay away from America for now. Personally, I think that would be smart, but they can do whatever they want. So this is a really good part too, because you're looking at the aspect of the country. I mean, of the company in their country, China, which they focus primarily everything on. In February 2021, NIO completed the increase of controlling equity interest in NIO China. Oh, this is when they bought back. They got back above 90%. They're dominating in China as well. Dude, where is that? No, I'm trying to find it where they mention America. I can't find it. I'm gonna make another post on them, another YouTube video, and go over this in depth. This one's, oh my, I can't find it. It might have been in like a post interview after this. I need to look. I'll look for it. But anyways, reading the earnings report really help you, and you should learn why, like why they move in certain directions and stuff like that. So like I remember like one of my biggest losses I took personally was a Disney. I had a Disney put, right, and this was, man, I don't know when it was. It was like, I want to say in August. They had like their August earnings, or maybe July. I don't know. It was like one of those months. Okay, so I had like, man, I want to say I had like $2,500 on puts. Because I knew that their earnings were gonna miss. Like I just knew. Like looking at them, I was like, I could tell you that this earnings are gonna miss, right? But after earnings, they missed on revenue and they missed on EPS, so they were not profitable. And then they missed on revenue; they were like doing terrible. But like their outlook of the company affected the company so much. Like their outlook was like, we're gonna increase the price of Disney Plus. This is how many subscribers we look to have. We see us growing and to be profitable even without our retail locations, right? And they did it, right? They did it, but their outlook was phenomenal, even without like any evidence of it or anything like that. That was just their company outlook, right? And they soared, and I lost like $1,500 in like less than 10 hours. It was terrible. I was like throwing stuff, but so I really recommend that, like, if you're looking to get into this, like, I recommend like learning how to read like earnings reports and stuff like that. Because like, let's say AMC has earnings, I think they have them on Thursday, unless they changed them. But let's say that they come out and their earnings are terrible. They miss on EPS, they miss on revenue, which they probably will. But their outlook is very strong. And they're like, they tell investors, we look to be at full capacity by X date, and we see the COVID dying down. We already see growth in XXX in New York. So I don't doubt that they don't mention the growth that they're already seeing in New York in their earnings report. I see their CEO really hyping the stock up as well. So that's going to be really interesting. But like, use this time to like understand what's happening with earnings, especially if you're really new. Only into this. I dig that. Oh, hey, what's going on, Dre? So, if you like the headphones, I recommend this is the best website for headphones, people. Audiophile stuff. I'm not even dropping anything like that. It's drop.com. When you sign up though, you have to sign up before you can even look at anything. These are the best. They're Sennheisers, but they just replace the materials from like steel to aluminum. I've had them for like 2 years. They're the best in the biz. They're phenomenal. All you can buy though is like audio stuff from them. And then I have, these are really good for music, and then the Jubilees are the ones I have like 150. And normally like the regular ones cost I think like 650. They're solid. Well, welcome Trey. Namaste. But overall, I really recommend learning to get into earnings reports if you're looking to get serious about it. Because you can kind of buy dips that are really important. You know what I mean? Like, so one of the best ones that we got into recently was Peloton. Whenever they announced earnings, It was phenomenal, the earnings, but they dropped after earnings due to some supply chain issues. So they dropped. We bought right here. I think we sold right here at 150. But yeah, so if you're looking to get into options and stuff like that, earnings are gonna be a big part of it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, it's not. It's not Wednesday. I don't think. Earning Whispers is like one of the most. Oh, okay. They changed it. Okay, so it was originally Thursday this week. I'm positive it was Thursday this week, but they changed it. Wow. They're trying to buy some time for the squeeze, boys. They're trying to buy some time. The volume is what's crazy today. But I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not a bad thing that the volume's down. It's not a bad thing. Like, so before we get our big push, right? We held above $6 for a day, had a low volume, and then boom, we started spiking. That's how we eventually get that $11 push. So it definitely could work out well. The chart looks phenomenal. I got to get these pennants off here. I have to get that off. I hate lines. But overall, like, the fact that we're holding 8-9 is what's important. And GameStop looks really strong as well. These would beat my PS4 gaming headphones. Yeah, they're really solid. And then I have an amp that goes with them. Neo has a chip shortage. They announced that is going to add to the bear sentiment. Yeah, okay, so with the chip shortage, I don't see that being a problem either, because if you remember on Neo Day, they announced the Nvidia partnership. That's going to be huge. So I'm just saying, I see the company buying back more of their stock as well. Trey and Tyler should collab. I think their personalities complement each other. I think Trey is a little bit. Our personalities do collide a little bit. I think I bring the chill vibes. Trey brings the hype. Unless I'm in a really, unless we're flying, and then we get pumps in the chat. It's the newest. The music might be echoing because of my headphones. Let me turn down. Yeah, that's the problem with these headphones, is they're open back. Getting fancy on you. I'm trying, fancy as possible. But overall, man, it's really crazy. And even with GME, even though like GME's perking up today, the volume isn't that crazy as we like keep refreshing it. GME's perking up again. 20, yeah. I mean, I bought like $400 more worth of calls. Probably stupid, but we'll see. More bananas. AMC call options on March 19th look disgusting, man. More should come. I see hedging the crap. Let's hear your thoughts. Okay, so this is my thoughts on that. March 19th, I think it's like the date everyone's talking about. But what is the most interesting to me is this right here. So, like, look how long we set at 8.6%. Insane. So, and I think people talk about like a lot with the available shares. And at first, I was worried about it and like thought like, okay, we're running out of shares. But it's not really. They're gonna make more available shares. You know what I mean? They're gonna get that. They're gonna get that liquidity for them. You know what I mean? Because look at this percentage that people. I mean, people are obviously paying this percentage, and AMC is not really. I mean, we're holding below 8.9 now, but GME's something to watch. But when we get that major push on the 25th, right? Is it 25th? Yeah, the 25th. Yeah, so when we get that major push on the 25th, you saw we spiked, and then we quickly dropped back down, right? So we started gradually dropping back down. Really, I mean, pretty like within the next day, we opened up and then we dropped down. Could we get that today? I don't want to jinx us or anything like that, but it's looking like we're just staying there. You know what I mean? So personally, I watched your and Bruce video last night was really good. I keep telling people like when they want to learn about the gamma and the witching on the 19th and all that, go watch that video because it's going to be the most educational video you can watch on it. Like Bruce and y'all, like you ask the right question and Bruce gives the right answers. So that's just the way to do it. And it's like 2 hours long. So it's like any question you can imagine, it's there. You just can't be lazy. You have to go watch it. So my personal opinion is I think we get a move rather soon. And I think these shorts, they're stacking up. And mathematically looking at it, it doesn't make sense that they're not covering positions. I mean, like logically speaking, if you look at like GameStop, for instance, with the fees that they were paying, like GameStop, yeah, there was like, I think it like went up to like 12-13% for the fees, but GameStop was also like at 450, very, very high. AMC isn't that high, you know what I mean? If we're comparing realistically, so GameStop, when you're back here up at 250, 400, the fees were like 13-12%, right? But like those fees on GameStop aren't even that high right there. I mean, they're like 9% or something, but you can still get that. If you're shorting, you're gonna be able to make that back a lot quicker than with AMC. I mean, just doing the math, I think we can like all agree on that, right? So if you're paying 9% on $1 million of AMC shorts, you're gonna make it a lot slower with AMC than you are with GameStop, because GameStop obviously more volatile. You're getting that movement a lot quicker. I think it's way easier. AMC, let's say the bottom is $5, right? Theoretically, let's say the bottom right now is $5.50, and that's where we hold again. I don't see the logistics in grabbing this many calls and being that. I think it's really just, it shows, you know, the balls in these guys and how conceited they are. So I think personally, if we start pushing up to $10, $11, they're gonna have to. They're literally gonna have to start covering positions. That part to me is like, I would be astonished if we push to $10, $5, $11 and they don't start covering positions. Like, cause last night I think I was up and then my back was killing me, so I was just, but that's the part that I can't get over, is how they're not covering positions yet. So back to the 19th. I think that this could go on a lot longer than we expect. And when I was watching your video last night with Bruce, it kind of like lets you know, like, first of all, we don't really I think the numbers that they're giving us across the board are fake. I think that these numbers are stupid. I think we have no idea what they're giving us. I've been saying that, and it's crazy that's the world we live in right now, that they can pay a small slap on the wrist fee and they can just give us the false information. But what Bruce was saying and the questions y'all were asking is, this looks like it's really going to go on longer than we expect. And right now we're getting that slow trending up, and this slow trending is killing options. If anyone knows, the slow gradual push is what kills options pretty much on both sides. It's because you're killing it with IV and then you're killing it with, you know, not dropping and not pumping. So either way, it's killing them. So in my opinion, I think we start to get a move. And if the price target for me is, if we hold above 17 and we start breaking above this, it's going to new highs. Now 600, I don't know, that's crazy kind of to me. But I definitely think that this has tons of room. And I need to look more into the 19th with the witching and all that. And I don't like to get too far out on, the quad, just raping of AMC shorts. You know what I mean? I think it's fairly possible. I think anything's possible with this stock. Like we saw with GameStop. Like no one would have suspected from $30 to push to 500 in 4 days, right? So I think it's possible, but I like to stay somewhat pessimistic when I'm trading, because it just enables me to not lose more money. Like, if you follow me at all, if you follow the Discord and stuff like that, you know we hate losing money, right? And so when it comes to this, it's just like, I'm going to continue looking at the price action. But I think we haven't even seen on this move shorts covering any positions. And I think that we're going to get movement before the 19th. So it's like, right now, I'm looking at pre-19th, because 19th is like still almost 3 weeks away. Rocket going crazy. I'll look at it in a sec. But overall, I think that I think this is probably one of the most manipulated stocks that we've seen in a long time. I mean, look at the price. It's holding like 891. It's gonna shoot off. I mean, this is wild. We're almost seeing the same movement we saw down here. Volumes kicking in, holding at 891. It's wild. But when it comes to the 19th, like you said in that question specifically, it depends where we hold, and we can start seeing those positions cover and close, I think, quicker than we expect, depending on the movement that we get. You know what I mean? So let's say we see sideways movement, then we probably see a crazy action by the time we get to that week, right? We start seeing positions really start getting antsy with those. But if we see a gradual push up, I think we see more positions close and more positions start to cover. So it kind of just depends. But I think there's a lot of positions that have not been covered, and I don't think any of this is shorts covering themselves at all. Like whatsoever, I think there's no shorts covering themselves. Rocket. They must have got, I don't know how they're not halted. That is wild. What a boomer stock. That's great. One sec. I want to look at UWMC really quick. Honestly, like on the books too, UWMC is kind of a safer play than Rocket. Less people know about it though. I know their CEO announced something last night. Everyone was telling me about it. I lost big on Rocket, on an earnings push I made right here, and it just kept going down. So after that, I was kind of like, screw this company. I'm not selling until trade kills the cat. Give him a heads up on INEV. I think he's talked about INEV. I mean, it's one of my favorite companies, personally. Like, I mean, I love the company. I don't think I have to give him a heads up. I bought heavy at 1.3. And then we dropped down to $1. But it was a long-term position, and I stacked up pretty heavy at 1.3 at the double touch we had. Right here. When we touched, I didn't think we'd come back down through. I bought like right here when we got back above. I've just been holding. I mean, I'm not looking to sell. I think we get past all-time highs. I think it's a good stock, good company, good people that run it. Strong leadership. Meet Kevin is bullish on Rocket. I think so personally with Rocket and the housing market, I think it's good to have a little bit of diversification in my portfolio. But those stocks typically, they typically move slower. Typically, these mortgage plays move slower. And I think what you're seeing is a lot of hype. They did beat earnings, so don't get me wrong, strong outlook. But they typically don't move like this. And I know Rocket Mortgage is like the biggest mortgage in the game right now. Especially like them and like UWMC is less known, don't get me wrong. But the UWMC has the best like profit margins that there is in the game. If you look into them, United Wholesale Mortgage has the best. They continuously pull the best numbers. So like long term, like I would side with UWMC. But Rocket's definitely getting the millennials in, which is ultimately who hit the target. Put Trey on some SOS knowledge. So Trey, are you bullish or are you bullish or are you bearish on SOS? I gotta know his opinion. I don't know if he's bearish or bullish. Could be gone too. Oh. I agree. Look at the long-term W forming on it. On what? Just weird movement, man. It's a really low volume day though in AMC, and there's definitely people still buying the shorts. So that's the funny part, is that people are still buying at this range. I hate SOS. I'm swinging for a couple of days, riding the momentum. Yeah, so so let's look at SOS. I hate the company. I mean, it's best example of everyone saying that SOS is good, and they're like, Tyler, you said it was trash and it's going up. Okay, so I made the video on a Sunday also. So if you know the video was released on a Sunday, obviously the stock can open up higher. You have no control over that, right? You have no knowledge of what's going to happen that day. So even if, let's say you watch my video and you're like, oh my God, Tyler's a financial advisor, I'm going to take his advice, right? I'm not a financial advisor. I say that repeatedly, do your own due diligence, right? But just if you think I'm wrong, just provide a reason why I think I'm wrong. Because again, like the motto of the channel, I want to be wrong. If you prove me wrong, you save me money. You know what I mean? So like it's a give-get relationship we have here, right? So the worst time you could enter it is right here, like at 620. Let's say you sold your position, right? And then we pumped back up, right? But in the video I pointed out, because if you know, on Friday I mentioned I grabbed Mara calls. And if we watch Mara kind of went to the moon on us very, very quick, right? We bought Mara at 318 and it literally ran to $40 real quick. So the thesis was that Bitcoin was going to do well because Square and all these people were dumping money into Bitcoin. And that was really the thesis, is that it was getting a lot of traction and it was going to make a move. So in the video I said, because SOS is a Bitcoin based company, and that's, well, they're really not actually, they're data analytics, and they announced that they're going to try to merge into this Bitcoin type system with Bitcoin insurance, data analytics on the blockchain, and then crypto mining as well. And one thing you should be afraid of is when a company announces they're getting into a sector and they're jumping into 5 different parts of that sector. That should concern you. I like the insurance part on crypto because I think that's a scary part of crypto, but the end, that's it for there. Now, I mentioned we would get a push up most likely because of Bitcoin, and we saw, you know, a almost 70% drop in value, right? We saw a drop from like 10, 20, almost down to $3, well, $4, so 60% give or take, right? So automatically we're going to see a bounce. We can look at eHang for a great example. eHang is, there's about a 99% chance this is a fraudulent company. This company dropped from $110 down to $45 in literally less than 2 hours. The next day it bumped back up to $75. But did that mean it was a good company? No. I mean, you can still play stuff in the short term. It hit the monthly open and came straight back down to the ground. I mean, like, the argument's still like, come on, like, gotta use logic here. So if we go back to SOS, in my opinion, I mentioned in the video, if we get a push back up, $7 is really my target to get some puts. But we came up even higher today, like the 7 range, this $8 range, and I got puts personally at 7.8, and then I sold about 705, give or take, and I just dumped all those profits back in AMC when AMC dumped to like 8, what it is right now. That's when and I bought those live on the stream as well. So it was just like 100, 200 bucks in profit, and we dumped it back into here. But I think this is a trash company. It's holding below support again. I literally mentioned minutes ago this was probably going to bounce up to 7.3 and then come back down. But I mean, it could go up. It could. I mean, you don't know. You don't know. But I think the company's trash. No one can provide me any. No one can provide me good. If you can provide me a reason why SOS is not fraudulent, I would appreciate it. And if you want some like icing on the cake, let's say you start a business, right? Let's say you have a business and you raise $200 million for it. This is SOS's response to all the allegations, and there's a lot of allegations on them. Like I think definitely the bad outweighs any possible good, because I don't see any good. This is their statement on, and I could not believe that this is what they released, and this is kind of the scapegoat they're using. SOS. So we'll comment as we read it. SOS stands behind the integrity of the company and remains committed to maintaining transparency at the highest ethical principles. Okay, so they're an ethical company, but it's clear evidence that their pictures on all these sites are fraudulent and they've stolen from other websites. But so they're ethical, so we can kind of dispute that already. SOS reserves all the rights that it may have against these short sellers and will defend itself vigorously. Let's remember the word vigorously, because that's an important statement, against those behind all the attacks and misleading allegations. So they're going to fight vigorously against the allegations put against their company. However, this is their statement. This is the only statement they've made. They literally address nothing that was against them. They have addressed nothing. They just say they're going to defend it vigorously. It's been almost a week, a little longer than a week, give or take. The company is preparing a more detailed response, which we can this, I want to talk about this, a more detailed response to the false, I mispronounce the word every time, and lies that are being spread about the company. All they have said is that the pictures of the building that Hindenburg released was the hotel next to their building. Then Hindenburg immediately responds with pictures, because Hindenburg knew that they were going to say this, of all the surrounding buildings, none of which could be their building besides the Baidu building, which, let's come to the conclusion, SOS is not working with Baidu. So the only building it could have been was them, and none of them could be 10,000 square feet, which is what they registered with on the SEC, that their building is over 10,000 square feet. So this leads us back to this comment right here, maintaining transparency and the highest ethical principles. So one of these is false, correct? Or they're both false. SO looks forward to vigorously defending itself, addressing these matters and providing more information in the coming days. They haven't said anything. This was yesterday, so give them credit, but they haven't said anything. Also, they do announce that, where do they say it? Okay, here it goes. The company also believes that certain social media accounts of some company board members may have been impersonated or disabled for short time periods. So I'm just saying, if your account gets hacked, one, you know it gets hacked. Two, no one hacked your account and disables it for a short time period. I'm just saying. I mean, we have NBA players and celebrities that are getting hacked, and it's clear they're being hacked. You know what I mean? And it's not like a short time period. Like they don't just get on your account and not post anything, and then that doesn't even make sense. So all the logic is against them. And if you really want to take a deeper look and you want to ignore Hindenburg, go look at Culpepper research. It's trash. Like Culpepper roasts them even further. But I decided to go with a more simple video because I understand you guys don't do this all day. You guys don't read it, and you might not understand the same stuff that I might understand. I'm not telling you when to sell. I'm just telling you that. I mean, it does. I'm just giving you my opinion on it. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. Aggressive as it may seem. Can we hear updates on AMC? Where's it at? It's just holding this range. And like, I mean, I'm going to keep saying it. Sideways movement isn't bad movement, guys. Sideways movement is good movement. It's what you want to see. I mean, honestly. This was a little bad because you were flagging upward. Like an inverse flag almost. And then you came breaking back down. If they can get back above the VWAP, I feel really confident. Oh, Neon Lights, CC. Can you ask if Life Water? I don't know if I can mention their name, but yeah, they have. Yeah, they have. And any videos that I do promoted or anything like that, I've actually made live streams going over that with people, and I tell them and my videos, I say that they're promoted every single time. They're disclosed, and I always tell people that take it with a grain of salt, and it's also my unbiased opinion on them. I've literally said in my videos too that I don't like the stock right now. I don't like the way it looks. Yes, and consolidation does favor the bulls, especially with how it's moving. I agree. Now, if it was consolidating underneath the support, that would be bad. But it's sitting on top of this monthly level, right? It opened up at 886. And see, we're just trending sideways. And GameStop, look at GameStop pushing. GameStop's about to get that push at probably a 144, 142 range up here. And sorry too for the video. I haven't been posting that many just because midterms are all up right now. I have a 10 page. Insert Trey laugh. AMC hits. Let's say it hits. If it hits $11 today, let's say it hits $11 today, I'll make all my my alerts to Trey's laugh coming in. All the alerts, anything. I think and a gorilla. Trey to do a collab. The current sideways movement, GME moving. GME's moving nice. It's just GME's looking way better. It's funny because GME's volume was so down yesterday. You know what I mean? If we look at volume, it was trash yesterday. And AMC's doing the same thing today that GME did yesterday. Historical data. But I mean, honestly, GME's not getting the volume either. It's just moving sideways. You know what I mean? It's kind of wild. The terrible amount of volume that we're getting overall and everything is just wild. You still gonna eat crayons? What did I say we would hit for me to eat crayons? I think it was like 15, 14 maybe. I don't know. I'm all for a good wager. This guy fucks. I do. But man, I really wanted to do the Tindy one. I really want us to hit 25 on AMC. I can't change it though. If we hit the $25 marker, we're doing it. We're doing the Tindy one. So what we're gonna do is put about $500-600 in AMC gift cards and whatever you guys want to put towards the basket. But I'm pledging 600. I'll do 600 for AMC gift cards. We'll give them out in Houston, and then we'll eat Tindies with the homeless from Cane's. And we're not talking those cheap Tindies. We're talking the good Tindies. from Raising Cane's, extra sauce. I said $10? Did I really say 10? Jeez. I'll eat a purple crown. Yeah, sounds terrible. I'll eat a purple. If we hit $10 today, but it has to do by after hours. Yeah, it has to hit it by after hours. Jamie just gave his run back. No, it's still sitting good. Like, look at the... I mean, you never really expect... I mean, you're going to hear me say it on repetition over and over and over. I never expect us to break through a support in the first try. I mean, granted, this is the third try. But it's making those higher lows. You can see it just making the higher lows. You want to see a push? Get back above. What do you want to see? Price action is king. Is Trey sitting on the toilet? I'm not gonna lie, when I'm watching Trey's channel, that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting on the toilet like 4 hours. Nothing like sitting on the toilet watching Uncle Bruce and Trey. I thought I said higher. I thought I said higher than 10. I mean, I don't mind. If I said it, I'm not gonna go rewatch my stream though. It's like way too long. And who knows at the time period I said it. Take the girlfriend to the AMC and do the whole hole in the poplar. Yikes. Dude, I'm gonna get banned from AMC. I wonder if you get banned from AMC because I'll buy the stock. I pull up my options on them and show them. I'm like, I own options in you guys, okay? I don't think this movement, like, I mean, a lot of people are like not happy with the movement from AMC that's sitting below and moving sideways, and I get it. I get what's, especially if you're in short-term options. I mean, a lot of my Friday ones, like yesterday, all my options were like almost tripled in price, right? We were saying like 1,400 from like 700 worth or 800. I don't know where we were at. Anyway, so they're sitting up pretty good. And then, you know, now we get the stagnant movement and it's killing the option price. But it is, you know, it is lunchtime as well. We don't typically move too much here. And the volume is dead. Dead. Watching Dr. Doolittle. Yikes. She likes this stock. SOS is trying to go back. I cannot stand this stock. But yeah, AMC's movements, I mean, like, and one thing to compare it to is like looking at the back run that we had, right? We never had any, I mean, honestly, this is already almost longer than our initial uptrend we had, right? We can grab it. So let's say this is when the run ended, theoretically, 102 bars. We'll say this is, so in theory, we can say this is where the run might end. I doubt it ends, right? It's almost already, you know, almost a half, 50% longer than this initial push. You know what I mean? So when, and this, there has been no like covering of the shorts, as you've seen, right? There's been no covering, nothing going on, just slow, stagnated movement. Like eventually there's gonna be a giant move, you know, really volatile. And that's gonna be when people like, you gotta make your decision. Do you take profits or do you stay in? Whatever you want to do, right? So the fact that we're going longer hurts those positions far more. And I believe they have till Wednesday to cover. We'll see though. Gray, can we look at Zoom? Of course, Gray. I love you. Love you long time. Are you sure you want to look at it though? Oh look. Oh, Gray. That's funny. I think it's gonna break below the monthly level. The 388. I don't want to say I don't want to say a gap closes. I mean, it could hold, like, so be careful. I don't know how much you're in profits on those puts, so be careful. But it looks pretty bad. How bad were the earnings, though? EPS was good. They had to beat and had a bad outlook. Strippers don't take options. Whoa, whoa, daddy chill. You use a run on your equipment used for Tyler trading. What do you mean? Like for my my monitor and computer and stuff? My computer's pretty. I need to replace it ASAP. I'll probably replace it. I made a deal with myself. I'd replace it once I graduate in June. So I plan on building that on stream. Earnings crushed for Zoom. They beat, and it's dumping. Dad, be careful, man. Their outlook had to have been bad. It had to have been terrible. Best earnings ever. I know they have a really big problem. Like long term, Zoom has a problem because it's funny because I'm doing this stupid report on them for one of my classes. It's a risk management class, and their biggest problem as a company is that like I think it's 85% of their like customers are like these short contract customers because of COVID, right? And the assumption is once COVID goes back to normal, they're gonna have to, you know, this number, let's say in theory it splits in half, right? They would kill their revenue, right? So that's a big problem they're having. So I don't know how they're gonna fix that, and I think that's why it's probably hurting. 370s, man, I don't know. I mean, I could see it dropping. It's just the fact that they crush is concerning, especially because they're touching the monthly level. The reason why they're going down though is because indexes are getting trashed. You know what I mean? Like it's been a bad day. We're getting a bounce and they're still going down. So I don't know if I'd want to bet against Zoom if indexes start to recover. You know what I mean? That's the scary part. What's up with AMC? Is this thing consolidating bad at earnings? Earnings? Okay, so they moved earnings, by the way. Earnings are next March 10th, next Wednesday. So we have time. So earnings aren't a problem anymore. So that's totally moved. I would be concerned if we hold below 8.9 or 8.85. I'm asleep with my girl at AMC when I make the bread. Psych, I'm a loner. It's okay. Just get some tendies, take them to the homeless, and then get one of them to sleep with the AMC. Think about it. Any thoughts on high tide earnings? I didn't look into their earnings. They're a long term. Like I say, guys, when they're long term for me, the goal is to buy and don't look at them until they start moving crazy. You know what I mean? I love them no matter what. How to learn all this at a young age? I lost a lot of money doing. You know what I mean? The best learner is experience, and I unfortunately started at a young age, made a good amount, then pretty much doubled my losses from my earnings. But I've been doing it for like 5 years now. This will be like my 5th year, 5th anniversary of like doing it like essentially every day, all day. I'm 22. No, 23. I don't know why I said 20. I'm 23. So it'll be like I'm like 4.5 years into it right now. Because I don't like to count like my first half year doing it. Because my first trade ever, I think Grayson, did you know me, Grayson? Were we friends? Whenever my first trade with Litecoin, my first trade ever, I think it was my, man, I don't know. I think it was my birthday or a little bit before. I bought Litecoin at around $40-$50. then 20 days later I sold it as soon as I could, because Coinbase gives you like a 3-week period. Like, and originally when you bought it, it took forever to go to your account. And I was sitting courtside at a Rockets game. Someone gave me some tickets. We're not loaded, so don't think that I'm not loaded. And so I'm sitting courtside, and like I get the alert on Coinbase, your 35 Litecoin just arrived in your account. And at that time, Litecoin was at 345 or 340 something. And I remember like sitting there, dude, I didn't even care about the game. I just know that I made a crap ton of money. And that was the first trade ever. And then I put it all like into TRX or something stupid. It was like, oh, this is gonna get me rich quick, and that was the story. And I lost on TRX. And the sad part about TRX is I put it in, and then I had weak hands, and it's funny because I actually just owned TRX outright, so I had no reason to sell it early or anything like that. It wasn't even leveraged, and I sold it for like a loss, and then TRX went up like, that's when TRX, if you remember, Tron, whatever it's called, went up from like through 2 cents to like 30 cents. And I remember, dude, it was that was the worst day. That was one of the worst days ever, because I missed out like on like 150 grand total. It would have been insane. I'll never forget it. That was the worst trading day of my life, and it happened at night, so I couldn't sleep. But that's it. My first trading transaction was at a truck stop. That's good. Oh man, that's crazy. How was it seeing James Harden in real life? He really does only run isolation, especially when he played for the Rockets. That's the only play he knows is everyone space out. I'm gonna run the ISO. It's pretty crazy. Like when he gets hot, he drains, and then the fourth quarter comes around, and typically he like goes and like chills. But I got to meet Ricky Rubio. That was cool because they were playing the Jazz, I think. Yeah, was it the Jazz? I think it was the Jazz. Yeah, it had to be Jazz. And that's when you play for the Jazz. What's your price on AMCLB Friday? Your opinion? My opinion, this is where I want to see it on Friday. Personally, I don't think we consolidate for like 4 days. I mean, we could. Theoretically, anything can happen, right? Where I want to see us is like the $13.5 to $14 range. Personally. But then again, if we push up that high, shorts are going to have to cover. They have to start. Once we start getting any push from this level, I think shorts have to start covering. Personally. Relax, AMCLB 14 by Friday. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not that confident on it. You know what I mean? I like it, but I'm not that confident. It's holding, but the crazy part is there's no volume. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part. And what this looks like, I said it earlier. This looks really similar, except we got an instant move back up. The volume was really kicking in here. Is this double bottom stuff we had going on here? How we're riding it, and see how we were just testing out support. 8.9, dude, we're just holding it. I mean, at any point in time, this could flip, right? Don't cross your fingers, pray to the Tindy man. But like, it looks good. If we can hold sideways and get above VWAP, I'd be very, very confident. Very. What's the short interest right now? Dude, I hate this song. God, this is the worst song in the world. You can't block these songs though. Great, remember I bought it? I bought it when you sold it. You sold it 130 and I go, God bless, I gotta buy it. Gotta go to work. Good fortune to you, Tyler, and your gang. I'll see you later, Kevin. Great to have you. Do you think Jamie will go under 100 again? I mean, eventually, do I think so? Yes. Do I think soon? No. I'd be very surprised if we get projected like this on GME. I'd be very surprised. It could happen, I mean, it could happen. So I'd be very, very surprised from this price action. But great, when you sold it at 130, I bought it at 130. It was just such a mass, even though it dumped to $1, you know what I mean? I was still down. I like instantly regretted it, but held through. Diamond hands. I'm astonished with the volume. Getting a little bit of a push down. Yeah, the terrible volume is what's blowing my mind. How's GME's volume? I know GME isn't doing good either, the volume. It's kind of crazy how low it is. Next week it'll go under 100. This guy's got his crystal ball out. CCI. I really like CC. It's gonna dip more. Crazy. We're live in this crazy market when Neo and CCV are worth less than GameStop, right? I know, right? CCIV, like, it's gonna be a longer term play, and I don't see it really trending up until the deal's inked. Even when the Lucid deal's inked, it's still gonna be a sketchier play. But I think once the deal's inked and set in stone and done, I think it's gonna be a great play. I'll buy into a long term at that point. There's still a small percent chance it could fall through, and I'm gonna remain a pessimist about that. But the next factor for it to really start trending up and to really start turning bullish, you know, long term, is gonna be those deliveries. Once those go out, it's gonna be massive. That's gonna be the big part there. How do options work? I recommend, his name is In the Money, INTHE Money. He's a blonde-headed dude, little nerdy looking, white guy. Glasses. He does a great job explaining them. It's about an hour-long video, but there's no way you won't learn how to trade an option by watching that video. AMC's starting to look pretty bar-coded. Well, let me tell you something. Hedge funds aren't getting their satisfaction. Okay. Look at, I cannot believe how much volume's in this thing. Look at that volume. Oh my god. That is gross. I mean, Rocket could be taking a lot of the volume today too, you know what I mean? Theoretically, I mean, it could totally be happening. Most likely is happening like that. AMC doesn't look bad, man. I'm a believer. What's going on, James? Great to have you guys. Triple bottom. It's like a it's like a quintuple bottom. Look at this. Look at this. This is I use the 15-minute the most. That's like my favorite for intraday day trading. I mean, look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you use this line, I mean, it's even more. You can see it's respecting. We drop below and then get right back above. So it looks good. Dude, man, my freaking leg is on fire. Holy crap. I'm rocking Rocket right now. First scalp. She fucks. Rocket. The volume just through the roof. I have no idea what that would mean. What is it? I think it's in price discovery, which is always something fun to be a part of. Yeah. So it's above the local high. Insane. Like, madness. You know what I mean? If you're in it, be careful. Biggest thing though, do not be greedy on Rocket. Oh my god, my leg. But the fact that AMC, like, with the terrible volume, with all this happening, the sideways action, right? I mean, obviously the short sellers through the roof. I mean, look how long we've trended at 8.6% that fee. That's, I mean, so high. Look how long we're trending there. I'd be willing to say we get a move very soon on AMC. I do not think we sit sideways like this for another day. I think the after hours we had yesterday on AMC and the pre-market was that was crazy. I could not believe that what happened yesterday, but the fact that we moved sideways like that. Yeah, that's a high. That's the all-time high on it. Any tips or videos on how to get better analysis of candlestick joint chart? Man, like, I don't have a good video or recommendation for that because, like, I mean, you can watch someone and you can watch an hour-long video about someone explaining how to read, find price action and stuff, and you're gonna have to probably, like, you know, spend that time to understand some of the action and stuff like that. But it comes with just doing it non-stop. So that's why, like, in the mornings when I'm live in the Discord with the group and stuff, like, people ask questions, and I think the best experience is you're just gonna watch. You're gonna have to watch, and you're just gonna slowly just understand some of the stuff, right? That's how I work. That's how. Yeah, set that. That's just me personally. I think. I mean, it takes time. You're not gonna learn it in one sitting or even a week. Probably, it just takes hours and hours and hours if you're just doing it nonstop. And I mean, that's just what I did. You know what I mean? I didn't go out. I didn't party. I mean, I had friends and stuff. We'd play FIFA and maybe some PUBG here and there, but for the most part, trading was my, like, life. You know what I mean? I really didn't care about school. I made good grades in school, but the goal wasn't to really, like, do anything with my degree. I always wanted to be into trading. Best way to learn is to trade and lose money. I agree, because, like, the emotional feeling of losing money is the factor that you won't get from paper trading either. So, like, paper trading will teach you stuff, but it won't teach you the factors. It won't. Like, losing money is one of the best teachers. Let me tell you something. But some people will go and lose money and they won't ever learn a thing. You know what I mean? So that's another dangerous, you know, part. So if you're willing to go in there and lose money and you just don't change anything, you're kind of just being dumb. But I think where it really changed for me is when I got out of the mentality of, okay, I want to make X amount today. And, you know, I have to make X amount, and I'm gonna look in this trade and I'm gonna double my money. You know what I mean? That wasn't that stopped being my mentality, and it has to stop. That's when you'll probably see a change. You know what I mean? And you gotta have we can get into rules and, you know, stop losses and all of that, but yeah, it's really a mindset thing. I think trading's a huge mindset thing. You can't go in the rain without getting wet. Look at you speaking in parables, wise bullhorn. You need lots of coffee though too. To be honest, you need lots of coffee. But also too, when I was like learning for charts and stuff, I wasn't trading stocks. I was trading indexes, crypto, and commodities. Which, if you know, those are pretty much, crypto is 24/7. So with crypto, if you're trading Bitcoin, you're getting no sleep. And then with commodities, Monday through Friday, well, Sunday night through Friday at 3 p.m., you're trading nonstop too. You know what I mean? You have alarms set from London Open, China Open, and then New York Open, right? That's your money making time. So I just had such a volume of time to learn. You know what I mean? But that's ultimately why I came to options too, though, is because it's more fundamental. I think fundamentals are a lot less stressful. And then I do think, for the most part, stocks respect most of the TA more, personally. At least price action. Oh, AMC, big yikes. We don't want to see this. Still really slow, though. I want to see it at least hold above 8.86. That's where it has to hold there. Like, it has to. But, I mean, if it could hold above 8.9, awesome. I never paid a garbanzo to bean on me. I don't know. AMC's always been to blow up at least 100. I don't see it going to 100, but like that's the pessimist inside of me. You know what I mean? Like if it goes to 100, I mean that'd be insane. Like would I be happy? I'd be screaming. You know, I would take a baseball bat to my walls probably out of happiness. I might smash my computer screen, to be honest. Loving the channel, being the same age is easy understanding thoughts. Yeah. Well, I mean, also another thing that really helped was having a kid. That all motivates you, having a kid at a young age. You don't have enough room or enough time to do certain things. Tyler, Ford moving. I'm probably never buying Ford. I'm just saying. But they're going up. Yeah, they're going up. These American companies that are building or trying to get into EV, I think GM's going to be the best one just because they have so many different models and stuff. I think they're a solid play. This would have been a nice play, but there's not they don't fit into my long-term portfolio personally to what I'm liking. And like really, if you get down to the root of what my long-term portfolio is, I'm perfectly transparent. I don't mind talking about that at all. It is minerals. It revolves around minerals that benefit clean energy, and it revolves around data. That is my long-term portfolio for the most part. We still didn't make a video on Momo. What's up with Rocket? I don't know if you heard, but everyone in America gets a free mortgage. Benefits of Joe Biden. Tyler, it would make my 2-year-old's day if you gave her a shout out. Her name is Lily. She keeps yelling hi, Tyler. Lily, hi. I'll get Truth to give you a shout out, okay? For Thursday only live, Thursday night. Me and Truth typically. He sits next to me while I stream. I let him play iPad games late at night, you know. No rules if he doesn't have school or anything like that, okay? Truth will give Lily a shout out Thursday. See, AMC just is holding this range. That is insane. Insane. I was talking to someone last night too. I was talking to this chick last night, and she was saying that her mom owns a whole bunch of AMC. I go, your mom's an ape? And dude, she got offended. She did not get it. Let me tell you that. She did not think it was funny. No EV in the portfolio. I have some Neo, but I would say the 90% of the portfolio is minerals and data. The end. I'm happy, AJ. Good vibes. Now she needs to learn the word namaste. Namaste. Me, fintech, too many people gotta put their money. I agree. Rivian will probably be a play I put some fintech into. Money into fintech. I believe. Rivian. I think so. Could be wrong. IPOF looks good too. IPOF is a SPAC. That's the worrisome part. I like SoFi as well, but I just don't know if SoFi is too slow. BFT, that's a fintech one. That's a long, yeah. But I think BFT, they're more than just a fintech company though. And who they're working with. That'd be something that's out of that realm. But I love the CEO of PaySafe. I think it's gonna be huge. Or all stocks that are hyped by Reddit not moving and barely moving. It makes me think. I mean, logically speaking, I mean, you shouldn't be too upset. Like, if we're moving sideways, right? You know what I mean? Like, Nasdaq dumped today. Like, it could be worse. You know what I mean? Sideways movement isn't bad. I think that when you get parabolic, I get less excited when I see parabolic movement. Because if you look at the trend, when we get parabolic movement back down to the downside. But if we've seen this going on now, we're seeing slower, steadier growth. We got some movement. When we get the parabolic move, we retrace fully, and now just trending back up, right? It looks pretty solid. Doesn't look bad. Long enough to get a namaste. What's your stop loss price on AMC? I don't have one, to be honest. I don't have one on AMC. If that's my mentality, if you're going into AMC, it's money you're just throwing in there and you're willing to lose. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna hold it till expiration though. That's just me personally. What mineral company? Okay, so I'll go over the minerals. MP, obviously, one of my favorite. When we made the video, you can go watch. I've only made one video on them. This was when I made the video. We actually dropped at the open the next day, and then we just, it hasn't looked back. Huge run. We actually came back down. That's crazy. We came down to 30. I didn't even realize. But it's a long-term, all-time high, doing great. NMGRF. This is maybe the scarier play. We had to talk about it. Entry was around 139, I believe. 139. Yeah, 134, 139 right here. We've trended up, came back down. One thing going on with this company is that they are trying to get listed on the Nasdaq, which is going to be really strong for them. Or CBOE. And we have High Tide, which is like the only play in that sector we like, or I like personally. Not we. I don't know. I said we. Entry was 38 cents, give or take. 1 sec. I think my dog's outside. 1 sec. But yeah, the financials on High Tide are really good. And they have a really good business model. Denison, yeah, Denison that's the only uranium play I have. Grayson has some really good ones. Grayson's the friend I'm always talking about that I'm talking about plays with. I love Denison too. So if you go to their website too, they do a really good job explaining where their mines are at and the overall projects. That's why I like them a lot. They have earnings coming up. Things could get sketchy. God, I knew it. Yeah, so Pyro, whatever the heck he's talking about. I think I talked about them on stream before. Someone mentioned them, and I was like, oh yeah, me and my friend talked about them. It's funny, Gray. Whenever someone talks about a therapeutic, they say, "Can you ask your friend?" Because they know I don't talk about therapeutics. Which is funny. PYRNF. Your chart was really good. And if you look, it's really important right now. So when you're looking at charts on a longer term viewpoint, is to see how they're moving down and how they trended down, right? So Pyro's barely trended down, even though the Nasdaq and indexes have been brutally attacked. You know what I mean? So that's worth mentioning that it still looks strong. So keep that in mind. You still in AMC? Yeah, I got some calls this morning at 890. Yeah, so anytime they have therapeutics, that's why if I ever deem you a therapeutic, it's because someone asked about them. I'm overweight in AMC, over diversity. Believe me, I'm overweight in AMC right now. I don't. But hey, it's just money, you know? It's just money. This movement is unnatural. Have you gotten tested? Yes, I've gotten, me and my son have gotten tested. My son's actually been tested multiple times. I want to look at AMC for a sec because we had the 15-minute close incoming. About 30 seconds. See, maybe important close. If it closes below 89, it's pretty bad. If it closes below 86, that's terrible. One sec, guys. We'll take it once to hold above 88 cents for now. And so you guys know this number is gonna be delayed. That's why I have Yahoo Finance typically if it's the hot stock I'm looking at. So it's at 88 cents. 2, 1. It held above 86, which is important. So with SPACs, if I'm talking about them, I have to research them. You know what I mean? Like, because I think looking at the chart's kind of pointless on SPACs. You really got to believe in the company or who they're trying to buy. Or if they're not acquiring anyone yet, you have to look at who they're looking to be acquiring. You know what I mean? Or what industry. AITX. I think we talked about this one. Yeah, AI company. I think it goes down. Looks bad. Looks bad. With pennies, I gotta really like them. If I'm buying a penny, I gotta be in love with the stock, guys. I gotta be like literally in love with them. I thought AMC would be forced to take off by Monday or Tuesday because of WGRE. What? I don't think the movement we're getting is great. How's SOS looking? I had pretty good. Yeah, it's trending back down. That's funny. I mean, price action's king. Probably gonna move down to. I'm seeing like 610, 620 range. So do we panic AMC or not? I'm not panicking. It was, dude, clickbaity. I'm sorry. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? Dude, man, the leg is killing me right now. Ugh. Oh, GME, big dip. That's that, man. Are you kidding me? That's bad. That's bad price action right there. I haven't looked at the INEV Google deal. I need to look how legit, if it's signed, if it's in, or if it's just in talks. The whole stimmy bill getting passed for the boys. Fisker. Man. I was talking about it with my friend who does my taxes, and he was like, because I had to set up a, talking about saying an LC or a corp or whatever that heck I need to set up. Anyways, he was like, man, I'm so pissed I didn't get into Fisker. He's like, all these stupid Twitter stocks. It was hilarious. And he's like 20. He's like 28, 29. He's like, Tyler, send me the best Twitter stocks. I need them. But don't worry, it's not financial advice. That was funny. What do you think about the Roaring Kitty tweet? I think this is, look at the man, AMC down. It's not good. Scammers in crypto to get a room. What a troll. I can't tell if he's just trolling He might not. He doesn't seem like a troll. Does it say anything? No. I mean, it's just totally. Maybe that's why it went down. The volume is down today. Volume definitely is down. I'm not like. I don't feel bad about him, anything like that. I'm a fan. I still think like not Fisker. I'm sorry. I still think AMC looks good. Like even at the 8, where we holding me important, pushing below the monthly level. That's not good. That's not good in my opinion. That's terrible. Anyone with the RTX 380? I think he's the bishop. That's a good one, Cosmo. That's a good one. The volume's. I mean, this is. What's the bar rate looking like? Is it gone down? Has it moved? Dude, it's sitting at 8.6. That is insane. Upgraded nice layout is cool. It's just dinking those levels. Yeah, it's not moving great. If it holds below 885, I'm not. I will be not in a good place. That's a very good group investing AMC. I mean, it shows people are they're buying stock though. They're not buying calls. I mean, I'm just talking about short-term call options right now, right? Because that's what I'm worrying about for myself. I don't like. I'm not longer term. It looks fine. I've went over the reasons and the catalysts that I like, right? The sideways slow movement we're getting. I don't like. It's okay. It looks okay. It doesn't look bad. People shouldn't worry that much. But I think that for short-term options expiring on Friday, this is kind of like worst case. Like not worst case, but second to worst case scenarios. I like it, dude. The sideways isn't bad. That's not what I'm saying. I just, based on price action, I don't like holding right here. We have like 9 minutes left in the, the 15 minutes, so should be fine, but we'll see. Let's look at GameStop and Rocket again, see if there's any more to your prior. GameStop does not look great. It looks okay. But it's definitely rounding, tripling that area right there that we did not. We wanted to see a push above, and it got rejected, which that's not good. And then Rocket. Who knows? I think Rocket's just taking volume, to be honest. That's the frustrating part of Rocket, is it's just taking volume away. Right? From these other plays. And Rocket's dipping, right? So I definitely think a lot of the retail buying is going into Rocket right now. But there's not a lot of selling going on in AMC. There's not a lot of anything going on here. So about 2 hours left in the day. The GameStop doesn't look. It looks pretty bad. I mean, it looks $10 drop, and then this Rocket getting bought back up. Don't forget my NBA bets. I mean, Rocket. I don't think there's any useful utility to look at here. If you want to zoom out, you can zoom out and then do my foot because this. The sciatica is kicking in really bad. Like my whole left foot is just going numb. Let's put that. Dude, it's going like super numb. It's killing me. Yeah, so it's doing okay. I mean, it doesn't look. I don't like it, to be honest right now. Just like short term looking at it, not like long term or anything like that. It's just short term. SOS is trash. Oh, I didn't see in the title. Yeah, it creeps up on you. That's why it's dipping back down too. What's up, you chode? Nothing much. Just, you know, being a thick little chody. AMC needs volume to launch. Yeah, I think the fact that the volume is so rough right now and we're just trending sideways is okay. I don't, just based on like, you know, the price action trader inside of me, hate seeing us close or be below this 85 range. What do you think is causing the dip? It's just moving sideways. There's no volume. They will. I agree, Grayson. God, man, my leg is... Dude, this is the worst it has ever been. I don't know what I did. I did something, though. I think I slept on it wrong. My friend sent me a... sent me a picture of a bunch of apes, and they're running away, and he goes, low volume scare apes. Apes go by. That's funny. How many signed up so far on Weibo? I've gotten about like 40 emails so far. Dude, this sciatica is killing me. Oh my god, dude, it is wrecking me. I did something. I was sleeping. Oh my god, I don't know. It was like 4 days ago, and it's just getting worse. I'm like sleeping under pillow on pillow. I'm doing all types of stuff. I'm like googling stuff. It's terrible. People just keep telling me to stretch. I'm telling you, stretching's making it worse. Stretching really doesn't help sciatica either. There's a floss you can do that moves your sciatica, which does help. But yeah. Turmeric does not help my sciatica. It's not gonna help it. Either you bought in AMC low and you're Gucci, or you bought in the hype and you need to just hold for a miracle. Probably was your 90th. You're my 90th sub. Dean, thank you, and I agree with the Kelsey chug. Chug turmeric for my sciatica. I have no idea. It's just epidemic sounds. Songs or whatever. Stop trying to smash in awkward positions. I know my cough is... Oh, the cough. She said it helps. She said it helps sciatica. Get a healing stone for the center of your back. Tiger eye. God bless. Is it... You talking about like a World of Warcraft healing stone? Isn't it off of World of Warcraft? That's funny. Doesn't look... I mean, dude... If it can hold the candle above, I'd feel very good. I'm a mom, okay? So I need a turmeric latte. I'm gonna go to Starbucks and say, hey, do you get any healing crystals here? Actually, just throw a white girl in the back of the trunk, okay? Get the whitest girl possible, throw her in the back of the trunk, give me some healing crystals, let her tell my horoscope, and give me some of that turmeric latte. Foam roll? No, it's not the foam roll. I actually have one of those massage guns. I have 2 of them. 2. I have a good one and I have a ghetto one. Cortisone shot. When will the gamma squeeze happen? Tomorrow? Only if Amazon gets a cortisone shot. Then it should moon. No Starbucks. Tell your boyfriend's wife to lose some weight. I love the toxicity of the chat. It's my favorite part. The volume sucks on AMC. I agree. I think the volumes is other stocks today. But I mean, it's not... I don't think it's that bad. I don't think this is bad news. Correction. I need to remember my camera's in kind of a weird spot. I'll probably put my camera at the top right up here somewhere. Get a hippie chick for the win. Basically. I'm gonna post a video of me just like eating turmeric, like the powder. Just, like eating it. How much time is left? A minute. So if we can close this last minute above 86, I'd be very, 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 very happy. It's not looking good. Right here. 86. We can hold above that. I feel very good. My girl won't give me her income tax to put on AMC. Hang chair. Yeah, it's hitting it really bad. The nerve is, because when it's really bad, my foot will go numb, and it's really bad. It's, yeah. Yeah, I have noticed, but it's just, man. This has been a really boring day. Very boring day. Expire tomorrow? No. So you're, like that guy said, the info is down below. My email should be down below, right? So this guy, he said, Starcadian. Oh, it's bad close. It's a bad close. I don't like that close. Starcadian, what he said right there was right. Takes 2 to 3 days for money to clear from the call order, so expirations on Friday will probably slip in, most likely tomorrow. What is SOS doing? Just trending sideways. Annoying. My XPEV is dying, dude. I'm so mad. I cannot believe Neo did so poor. You get squeezed by what people talking about? Squeeze my wallet dry. Oh, I didn't mean to follow him, dang it. Whatever. Probably been watching a movie at AMC. I haven't been at AMC in a long time. Long time. It is. I'm not gonna lie, I drove by the other day. It was a ghost town. And there's a whole bunch of signs that say, now open, now open. I was like, God, no one goes there. Nice to be butted up against the Federal Reserve desert land. I cannot believe this. Look how long it's just trending at 8.6. That is bizarre. Oh, this sounds terrible. Let's read this. Oh man, do we want to read this? The biggest content supplier. Oh, that sounds terrible. I think the consumer is probably more impatient than they've ever been before. I agree, actually. I don't think they'll have much more tolerance for a titles saying be out theater for months. Yet it has had actually thrown up in the marketplace. And another distribution channel just sort of sitting there to getting dust. As soon as theaters reopen, we expect the releasing of movies on both formats. Oh my god, that's terrible. That is terrible news, guys. That is terrible news. As soon as theaters are reopened, we expect release movies on both formats. AMC's threatened not to open screen any Universal movies as the theaters under those terms. Now we should be saying roughly the same thing, or at the very least nearing the release windows by streaming is acceptably obvious. Oh man. Yeah, this little war going on right here, that is bad. Basically, AMC is saying they won't use any Universal movies at its theaters if they do this where they're releasing. I mean, I guess it's good they're sticking to their guns, but oh my god, it's terrible. That was the concern, right? That was the major concern, and that's kind of what I think that's happening to the movie theaters, is that these companies want to release it on both platforms. Yeah, so someone just said that's not true because Spider-Man's supposed to come out on both theaters. I actually think the new Spider-Man's gonna be pretty cool with all the people in it. That's gonna be cool. But I think these companies definitely want to go to this viewpoint, and you can't really trust everything the Molly Fool says, right? They pump out reports every day, so you gotta be careful. But what I'm saying is, I think these Comcast and all these companies, they do want to. I think Disney and them, they want to release it on both platforms instantly because it'll make them money both ways. You know what I mean? Oh, AMC breaking below 880. That's bad. That is not good news. That is bad news. Local bottom's gonna be 850. Oh man, that's bad. So that's interesting, but I mean that's like 3 hours ago. So who cares? I'm not saying AMC won't short squeeze, but what do you think will happen to trades if AMC doesn't squeeze? I mean, I don't think anything's gonna happen to him, happen to me. I mean, first of all, I don't know how much money he has. Honestly, I have not been watching the streams or anything. I've been so busy outside of doing this. So I think that, how do I say this? He provides more content just than on AMC. I think AMC is what has skyrocketed the viewership for a lot of us, me, Trades, and other people included. Like, I think that's what, you know, it definitely, I can admit that it helped my growth tremendously. You know what I mean? That's just the way social media works, though. You know what I mean? Something works, you have to attack it. That's the way marketing works. It's the marketing 101. So, would it probably hurt? Probably. But yeah, so I don't know. Watching action flicks on okay, so I agree watching these action movies and stuff and the AMC, like, there's specific movies you want to watch in theaters, right? I agree, I won't disagree with you, but what I'll say is, one sec, I want to see if this is refreshed. It has refreshed. I think this, if we keep going down, this number should go down. I think we'll see in a sec. But the problem is what is Cinemark's viewpoint on it? You know, because Cinemark's kind of thriving right now. They're still doing pretty good. Cinemark's not looking terrible. I mean, Cinemark's been shredding. You know, as a stock, they've been doing pretty good. Steady uptrend. Probably overpriced, but yeah. Big Daddy does not like red candies. Yeah, this is tough. I'm probably about to hop. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's what I meant. Sometimes I dislike being kind of right. I do dislike it. So this is what I was talking about, that close behind that candle. It immediately led to that downward push. Oh, man, that sucks. Oh. Guys, I'm gonna hop off for a little bit. I'll be live again like at 7 p.m. No. Maybe later. I don't know. I will see what time I get back. God, my back. Holy crap. So I gotta hop off for a little bit. I'm gonna eat, stretch my legs out. Dude, my legs are killing me. Holy crap. This doesn't look great, but this is the support right here. I have it marked 840, 850 marker. Let's see how it holds. This could get interesting. If you're in the Discord, I'll keep everyone updated. But yeah, so interesting point. I think Trey's gonna go live pretty soon too, so you guys can have that, my dude there. SSR play has stopped 10%, hasn't dropped 10% yet. So I'll go. I don't I don't think it drops below 10%. But I'll be in the Discord if anyone has questions. DM me there. I'm really tired and my leg is destroying me. My leg. I'm still holding my positions. I haven't got out, so don't worry if you're curious on that. Buying more at 85. Gray. Diamond hands. Diamond hands. Diamond hands. Diamond hands. Diamond hands. Everyone, diamond hands in the chat, baby. Diamond hands for Grayson in the chat. The old diamond hands in the chat. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, I think it holds 8.5. We'll see. Oh my gosh, my leg. Oh, crap. But I'll be back, guys. 8. How do you get in the Discord? There should be a link down below, unless I did change some of this stuff. But that's gonna be it for now. I'll see you guys later.